Hi, I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media for the Community Hotline show. I'd like to introduce you to Monica Weitzel, who is the president of MEChA at Centennial High School.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. So MEChA is a student organization. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about what that organization does and why you're part of it?
So MEChA is a student-led leadership organization at Centennial High School. We focus on 4 goals: academic excellence, community involvement, cultural awareness, and leadership. Depending on the need of the students that we see, so we focus on different things every year. This year, our big focus is graduation rates for our Latino students.
So are the graduation rates, I understand, for Latino students is significantly lower?
Yes, it's significantly lower compared to students of other races and ethnicities.
Do you have any idea why that is? Do you have any theories about why that might be?
Yeah, I think overall it's because of the lack of knowledge from parents and students themselves about the just the way the educational system works and the resources that are available.
Yeah, that makes sense because every country has a different educational system. One state will have a different educational system than the next. And parents, I've been involved with schools for years. I was a chair of a school board for a long time, and I had kids. So I spent a lot of time with my kids at school. But not all parents either have the opportunity to be really involved with their kids, or maybe they're working 2 jobs or whatever. But but a lot of people don't understand, I think, how important that is for parental involvement. Do you agree with that?
I would agree. I think it makes a big difference of having the parents attend conferences and being just like a support system for their students, and it could make a big difference.
Yeah, I agree. What about if they don't speak English? The parents, how is that addressed with the schools? That's got to be a tough problem.
Yes, it is. With Centennial High School, the high school does a very good job of providing interpreters at any event that there is within the high school. They provide interpreters in the top 5 languages of the schools, so that the communication won't be a barrier between the students and the teachers or staff.
Oh, that's a great deal. Do you have any idea how many languages are spoken at Centennial?
Oh,
like a rough guess?
I'm not sure.
I heard once that Reynolds had something like 70 different languages, including different dialects.
Yes.
I can't even imagine.
Centennial is one of the most diverse schools that I've known. So.
Right. Yeah, that would be a tough problem. So, as president of MEChA, what is your role? What do you do for the organization?
So my role is just organizing and leading all of our activities or meetings with our members, doing this kind of thing where I come to speak about what we do in the community. In addition to that, I work directly with our administrators and activities director within the school, and like a spokesperson for our organization.
That's kind of good practice for your future and pretty much anything you do, being able to work with the public like that.
Yeah.
So leadership development, is that something that's part of the program?
Oh,
and you
yes.
said academics, you said cultural awareness, you said
community involvement.
Community involvement, okay.
Yeah.
So how do you develop a leader? How do you take a student and maybe has never taken that kind of a role before? So
within MEChA, what we do is, since the beginning of the year, we start off with different activities that students can do to develop that trust and just develop themselves as people. We have a lot of group and one-on-one activities where they put students in situations where they take a risk and lead from then.
And maybe develop some confidence with their successes.
A lot of the times our members, after being a member for maybe 1 year or 2 years, they've developed their leadership skills quite enough that they apply to be officers for the next year. And just being an officer, it gives you the opportunity to speak at events, do presentations, and that continues.
Things that are hard and not everybody has a chance to do.
Yes.
Plus it looks really good on your application for
yes,
college.
It does.
So tell me about that. What about if the graduation rate is so low, then obviously the number of Latino students who go to college is probably low too.
Yes.
Is that encouraged then? I know you talk about academic excellence. How do they encourage kids to apply to college? And
so this year we implemented a tutoring and resource system in which, depending on the availability of the student and the officers that are from MEChA, we provide tutoring for academics as well as advice and support of the college process, whether it is writing scholarship essays, college applications, signing up for the SATs. Aid. Yes,
it's overwhelming.
Yes, it is, and especially like Latino students, they maybe it's a first-generation student that does not know how the whole process is, and the parents
and
their
their parents
might not
aren't
know.
going to be able to help them much.
Yes.
Yeah, so they do need somebody to kind of help them through that. That's great to have somebody mentor them through that.
Yes.
Yeah, because anybody has a tough time going through that whole process. It's like a full-time job.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it sure is. So you have a big event coming up.
Yes, we do.
Your Multicultural Night. Tell me what that's all about and when that's going to take place.
So this is going to be the 6th annual Multicultural Night that MEChA hosts. It's a night where we showcase all of the diverse cultures within Centennial High School. Students and community members are given the opportunity to perform something related to their culture, whether it's singing, a poem, dancing, any of those performances. Afterwards, we have a meal celebration where people get to sample foods from different cultures.
That sounds great to me.
Yes.
So there's entertainment.
There's entertainment.
Do you know which culture? I mean, obviously the Latino population will be represented. Other cultures?
Yes. There will be the Hmong culture,
okay.
Ukrainian, Russian, different areas of Mexico, Jalisco, for example, with their traditional dances. So with this year, we've taken our educational aspect that we are focused on for this year, and we've incorporated that into the Multicultural Night.
In what way?
What this will look like is we're having a group of 6 community guests, and they will all be talking about different topics related to education. For example, the struggles that minority students face in the educational system, that family that sometimes can be an obstacle, whether it is students have to go home and instead of being able to do homework and focus on extracurricular activities, they might have to help out either
family business
working or babysitting. So they'll be covering different topics, and it'll be so that people can see the importance of an education and how receiving your graduation diploma and moving on to a higher education can make a big impact in one's life.
I know that a lot of families that come here from other countries, they come because they feel like they can provide a better life for their children. And so getting enough money to support them in a lifestyle that they would like to have is very important. So is part of what you do trying to help the parents understand that if the children get the education they need, they're more apt to make more money and to maybe help out their families.
Yes,
because that seems to be a big part of the culture, is helping your families and keeping them.
I think that's one of the actual topics that are going to be covered, explaining the difference between a couple of Centennial alum students that they've received their graduation diplomas, they moved on to higher education, and they got their bachelor's degrees, and they'll be showing the difference between the struggles that they faced growing up with their parents not having such educational opportunities, and then them now as a married couple showing how to make the impact of an education.
A happy ending kind of thing.
Yes.
I like that. So tell me, if you can, Blanca, about the cultural part of it. Why do you feel that's important for students to maintain that?
I feel like it's important because, I mean, it goes back to the saying, we all come from somewhere, and no matter how successful you become, you have to remember where you come from. So in addition to that, Centennial High School being a very diverse school, a lot of the times when students come to the United States from different countries, they get into the American culture, and a lot of the times they lose the customs.
And that's sad.
It is sad. And this night revives that feeling of like the traditions and all the different things that come within one's culture.
So you're celebrating that.
Yes.
You're celebrating that, showcasing it, and that's a beautiful thing. I think that's what made our country great to begin with, is, you know, a melting pot of all these different cultures,
Yes.
and to be able to recognize that that's still what we are.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. So the Multicultural Night, it's open to the public?
Yes,
Okay.
It's open to anybody in the community.
Okay.
Free event, no charge whatsoever. Free admissions, free food afterwards.
Can't beat that, can you?
Yes.
So it's a chance to see some, get some cultural experience from other countries, and
Yes.
and maybe get to know some of your neighbors too.
Yeah.
Even if you don't speak the same language, there's a way to communicate.
Yes, so in addition to that, we are going to have resources available. There will be organizations there to support our event.
Like nonprofit organizations and social services, that kind of thing?
Yes. So, for example, the Multnomah County Library, El Programa Hispano, which is
Catholic Charities,
Charities program. So those are some examples of the resources available, and there will be interpreters that are going to be translating into the top 5 languages of that represent the high school.
So what are the top 5 languages? Do you know which ones they are?
Yes, so among all the various languages, there's Spanish, Hmong, Vietnamese, Russian, and Ukrainian.
Hmong is one of the top ones. I'll be darned.
Yes.
When I went to school, we had English. That was it. We didn't have a very diverse culture, and I always wish we had. So I think it's a good thing. We're almost out of time. What are your plans? You're a senior this year. What are you doing after this?
After high school, I plan to attend a 4-year university to study history and political science.
Great. Good for you. I have a feeling you'll go far.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being with us tonight, Blanca.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching Community Hotline. You'll see on the screen information about the event, so check it out. And if you can be there, do so. And thanks for watching Community Hotline. Nice job. That went fast.